Since the outbreak of Covid-19, the International Peace Information Service, in short IPIS, closely monitors the impact of the pandemic on the artisanal and small-scale mining sector, as well as national supply chains, through structured quantitative and qualitative data collection. IPIS has been working through its long-established network of local surveyors who have conducted mobile phone surveys between May and August 2020. In northern Tanzania, we researched 37 mining sites. In the Western Central African Republic, this were 105 mining sites. And in Eastern Democratic Republic of the Congo, 96 mining sites. To assess the impact of COVID-19, this data is compared with data collected by IPIS in previous years on the same mining sites. In this presentation, we will outline some general trends that we observed in the three countries. Obviously, the context in the three countries is different, and more details on each of the countries can be found in the published reports. As soon as the borders with neighboring countries were closed, exporting facilities testified great difficulty to export, and many ceased to pre-finance traders. Consequently, traders were low in cash and many of them stopped visiting mining sites. At the same time, respondents in the CER and the DRC reported that new buyers visited the mining sites. These were, for example, local businessmen attracted by the decreased mineral prices. The lack of liquidity among local traders forced miners to accept significant lower prices for their mineral production. Compared to our baseline data and relative to the international market price, prices of gold, diamonds, and 3Ts decreased since the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic. The IPIS researchers in the three countries will now explain how the pandemic has affected their mineral trade in the country.
The main impact of COVID-19 among mining communities in northern Tanzania was lack of access to international markets as well as low pricing of their minerals.
L'impact du Covid-19 dans le secteur artisanal minier en Centrafrique a profondément affecté la production nationale avec une baisse des acheteurs ou collecteurs.
This example from the CER shows that the gold price has decreased as a percentage of the world market price and since May 2020 slightly recovered.
Suite au Covid-19, les activités minières ont connu une perturbation sérieuse au niveau du pays et en particulier au Sud Kivu. Les banques ont manqué de liquidités, les entités de traitement ont manqué également de liquidités pour acheter les minerais chez les négociants. Les négociants ont choisi la voie de stocker leurs minerais parce que les prix avaient tellement baissé.
This example shows that also in the DRC, gold prices have decreased as a percentage of the world market price and slightly recovered since May 2020. In all three countries, we conducted multiple surveys over time to assess to what extent the situation has been recovering. In all three countries, we found that trade was reviving and that price levels went up again. However, both in Tanzania and the Central African Republic, diamond prices did not recover. They remained low at around 50% of the prices paid before the outbreak of COVID-19. In Tanzania and the Democratic Republic of the Congo, production levels decreased due to the decreasing number of mine workers and the increased prices of equipment and fuel. In the Central African Republic, we did not find a significant change in production levels. The ongoing COVID-19 pandemic has learned us that the artisanal and small-scale mining communities are vulnerable because of their direct dependency on pre-financing. At the same time, the ASM sector also showed its resilience, as it is already recovering to some extent since international borders have been reopened. The pandemic has made the inequalities in mineral supply chains very clear. Mining communities greatly suffered, while illicit actors had the best profit margins in a long time. Finally, although mineral supply chains are complex, the pandemic has shown that the links between each level in the supply chains are very close. For example, for gold, the Swiss refiners, the Dubai buyers, the exporters in countries, and the miners are closely connected, as changes in one link had direct and timely impacts on the other links. These lessons make apparent the critical importance of supply chain due diligence from mine to market. COVID-19 has also impacted responsible sourcing. As many have flagged, the COVID-19 pandemic may present an opportunity for some people. Miners desperate to sell and the growing margins create opportunities for illicit traders and conflict actors to engage in the sector. Moreover, widespread cash flow issues in eastern DRC resulted in increasing levels of barter trade, in which miners offered minerals in exchange for essential goods. These practices create serious concerns for mineral supply chain traceability, as these minerals will be hard to trace. Thank you for listening to this presentation. In the coming months, IPIS will continue to research the impact of COVID-19 on the artisanal and small-scale mining sector in the Central African Republic and Eastern Democratic Republic of the Congo. We will publish the results of these analyses on our website.